Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're back from LegionsCon, and today we're going to be taking a look at their surprise drop figure, the Valiant Knight. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the front of the package here, you will see that he does come with a new faction symbol. This isn't a new faction, it just represents the 4 realms of Mythos and how all 4 realms use the Valiant Knights in their army. Here's a write-up on the Knight itself if you want to pause that and read it and take a little closer look. We have this nice, new, beautiful artwork on the back. And then there's a write-up of Mythos itself if you want to pause it and read it if you're not caught up on the lore, which you can also do at 4HorsemansStudios.com. So let's get this this card back off and opened up, get his accessories out, and let's take a closer look at this awesome guy. All right, starting off with the accessories, he does come with just a standard sword. It's got some nice paintwork on it. There's some gold accents on the sword and on the scabbard. Nice little brown wraps around a gold pommel. Looks really nice, but it's standard fare. He does come with this really cool mace, which I love. It's this bright and silver, but it does have a real metal chain that's kind of gold and dingy, and then it has this nice leather wrap around the base, painted up. Looks really nice. I'm glad they included that. That looks really cool. He also comes with this shield here. You got this gold band, this garnet, and like this cream colored thing there with 3 fleur-de-lis on it, and it has a nice handle on the back that even is painted, which is nice. He does come with 2 new pauldrons. These are going to be in the Necronominous wave of figures, so that's really neat. I love new steel armor pauldrons. He does come with 2 heads, which is really cool. Now, these are both the exact same heads that came with the Father Christmas, just with some gold accents added. So you've got some gold rivets on the front and on the sides, which look really nice. And he does come with that pointed nose knight style helmet. That also, again, from the Father Christmas pack, from his little Christmas bag, just with those gold accents around the edges of the visor. Now, when it comes to the hands, this guy is well kitted out. He comes with 2 gripping hands with the vertical hinges on him in the package, which is really nice. And he is going to come with another set of gripping hands with horizontal hinges. If I can grab the right one here. He comes kitted out with a whole, like an entire hands pack for this guy. I love the hands on this. Like, this is just incredible, the detail on these hands. They always have been. He has 2 fists with horizontal hinges. He has 2 gesturing or splayed out hands with horizontal hinges. And these are some of my favorites. I love these gesturing hands. They just look fantastic. And he also comes with 2 gripping, sort of like claw gesturing hands, but the fingers are a little tight with horizontal hinges as well. He also comes with a 2.0 style neck peg with that same hinge that we're going to take a look at here in a minute. And this thing is pretty tight. I'm going to heat this up because I don't want to crack it. And taking a closer look at the Knight himself, man, I got to tell you, this is an amazing figure. This is almost 100% brand new parts, head to toe. The only thing that we've seen here before is the little armor piece that's hanging down over his crotch, and then the little piece right here around the neck. But there's the big surprise, the hinge under the neck peg. So you have that same style neck peg, like this is the part that I was talking about that's reuse. But now we've got a hinge. This is the other part that we've seen before, which looks really nice. It's one of my favorite tabards that hangs down in the front because it just looks so realistic. But from head to toe, other than those 2 pieces, everything is brand new, and we're going to take a look at it. So with that new hinge, you can actually get your figures to look down this far now. They have this forward and back movement that they didn't have before. You can get them to lean all the way back, especially if they have like a really long or extended back on the helmet, like this particular helmet does, which is really, really crazy. You still get all this crazy head move that you got before, but now there's just this added dimension to it, so you can get a little more tilt. The arms are really good, but they're really stiff. They can still go all the way out and almost hit that T-pose. The shoulder armor is just a little too bulky right there, and it doesn't really lift up like, you know, the skeleton armor does, or at least if it does on mine, it's a little stiff, and I can't really get it up above that armor. So we can almost hit that T-pose, no problem. And one of the bigger things here that we're going to talk about this torso is very thin. It's got these nice cut-ins for the arms on the sides right here, and it's a very thin body because this is the new body that's going to be coming under all of the Templar Knights in the Necronominous wave, so that the soft goods can get over that and not look bulky. And with those no cut-ins, you can see just how far in front of the body that the new figures can get their arms. They can dual wield, I mean, they can double hand a sword, no problem. And so you can see some nice weathering all over the body. And this little gap that shows up right here is because of the soft goods that are going to be used in the Necronominous wave. But you can see some nice weathering, a patina all across this armor. With the arms, I mean, you can just look inside of there. You can see brown straps, gold inlay thread, little gold beads. I'm having a hard time keeping this hand in. There's even little buckles on that little leather strap that's actually painted in there. The buckles are actually painted right there. You can see that there are little silver bits right there, which is just, that level of paint detail is insane. They have nice new cut-ins because this is typically as far as you can get with a regular Mythic Legion's arm. But now you can go up past 90, which is incredible. These are not monumental changes that the Four Horsemen have made here, and you can see all the nice little gold bands that some are even hidden in the articulation. Like I was going to say, these are not monumental changes they've made. They're incremental changes. They're tiny little changes here and there, but they all add up to massive amounts of articulation. So we're going to go ahead and pop this guy apart so we can see what's going on here at the waist. We do have this really cool, this new style of belt right here. This is a separate piece, so we're going to go ahead and pull this off and take a look at it. Now this is new because it doesn't have that longer part of the belt hanging down, but you can see some nice rivets and buckles painted. There's nice gold beads around the top of the the top of the waist armor here, which looks really nice. I love the way that sits in there and nests right there. Some nice plating and belt work around the side. We're going to have to pop this off because let's look and see how these legs. So even the top part, you know, in the old Knights, these were chainmail pieces. So even the top of the leg is different. You see brown leather straps, silver buckles. We got that chainmail on the back, gold bits here and there. All the rivets on the feet and on the armor. The new plate design looks incredible. The legs still have that upper thigh cut. They can go all the way out to the side. They can go all the way forward, all the way back. I mean, look how far back we can get with that. That's insane. You can get well past 90 on the knees now, which is incredible. That's amazing. You got that upper knee cut. You've got a hinge, swivel, and a pivot down at the foot for our foot articulation, which is really good. So let's go ahead and get his loin armor back on. And that just pops in nice and sturdy. Let's get the armor plating back on there, and then pop his body back together, and you can see how it all comes together. And man, this thing is just incredible. It just looks really good. So let's pop the other head on and see how that looks, and check out that articulation. The one thing with that hinge is now you do have to fight with it a little bit to get the head to pop on, because it's going to want to rock back and forth on you. But there we have it. I think we have that on nice and tight, and that's how he looks with the other style helmet on. I mean, I don't hate this helmet. I think it's neat. I love the design of it. It's just not my favorite of these two. So let's go ahead and get the shoulder pauldrons on. And just, I can already tell you, to the touch, these shoulder pauldrons are not gummy and loose rubbery plastic. They're a very stiff plastic. So that peg, you've got a lot of torque on it. You're able to like push that in and it not bend and wobble and, you know, just, you know, be all gummy and not want to go into the holes there. But, you know, you can kind of rock these up a little higher if you want to fill out those shoulders and give it a more, you know, kind of bulked out look. Or, of course, you can rotate them down and have them sit flush with the shoulders, which to me is my preferred look for these figures. Man, that just looks incredible. It looks so good. So let's, I've pulled out a whole bunch of other helmets, and I want to see how all these helmets and heads fit on this guy. So we're going to go ahead and pull in one of my favorite helmets just to see what this looks like. And man, this thing is incredible. The paint matches up pretty well. Man, I'm really digging this. I love the way this looks. It's so nice. It just works out great. Let's go ahead and get this rotated around to the front. We have the bucket style knight helmet, and this one happens to you know match that paint pretty closely. I think that looks really cool. Then I have the Xylarnian guard helmet, which I think looks neat on this guy as well. You can kind of tilt it down a little bit, you rotate that faceplate down, and man, that's a nice looking knight right there. That looks incredible. God, I love the way that looks. I think the gold matches up pretty nicely with the trim on the helmet. And let's see here. I have Leo Sears, sort of his unhelmeted head from the 2-pack. Looks really nice. If you want to pop an orc head on there just to see what that looks like, a nice little green pop of color. I have an orc knight. Got a Fury Clan orc here. Let's put that on. And that looks really cool. I think that looks great. I mean, pretty much any head you pop on here is going to work. It's going to look good. And then let's go ahead and get the panther head on there, and that looks really good, although it's kind of wobbly and a little loose. But if you wanted to do that, a little touch of blue tack would help that out. So let's see here. And then last but not least, if you want to give yourself a Monkey King Knight, you could even do that. I mean, you can't go wrong popping a monkey head on anything. So let's go ahead and get this neck peg out, get the 2.0 style head in, neck peg in, because I want to pop on a couple of female heads, because I've seen some people do this on like Facebook and Instagram already, and I think it looks really nice. Here we have Lady Averona. This head looks good. It does not look out of place. It kind of looks like she's in a set of big bulky armor, and I dig that. I think that looks really good. And then we have this head from the Heads pack, which I don't know how that's going to work with the hair, but we'll see what we can do. It's not the most successful, but it goes on, and you got to tell you, doesn't look that bad. So let's do a couple of size comparisons here, and let's have the Valiant Knight standing up next to our old buddy Bilbone's Broken Shield, and you can see that he scales nicely with that guy. Let's bring in our little Bog Goblin here for some height comparison against a smaller character, and then let's bring in our buddy Swig, who's always a good fun size comparison. I just love how he looks up against this guy. So let's get these guys out of the way and see how he poses up, because I don't want to do the backgrounds and the lighting this time, because this guy is so dynamic and he can get into so many poses. I don't want to be distracted by the surroundings and the lights and the color and all that. I just want to see what this guy can do just straight up with articulation in this plain background. Okay, so we did not know that this figure was going to be available at LegionsCon. On Saturday morning, when we lined up for the 4 Horsemen line, there were 3 lines. You could get into the main room. That was one line. You can get into the 4 Horsemen table to buy their wares. That was a second line. And then you could get in line just for the exclusives that day on Saturday. It was Vorgus Vermilius 2, who we'll be taking a look at tomorrow. But when we got in the 4 Horsemen line first thing that morning, when we got to the door, there was a 4 Horsemen representative standing there saying, hey, be sure to check out down by the register right before you check out. There is a brand new, unannounced, unrevealed figure that nobody has ever seen before, and it's on sale today. And we went insane. And this was that figure. So we didn't know we were going to get it until that particular day. And I got to tell you, that was one of the biggest jaw-dropping surprises of the weekend, and there were plenty. This guy is a game changer for Mythic Legions. If this is the style of articulation that we're going to get moving forward, you know, on not just the Knight body, but on any other body that we may get in the future, this is a game changer. This is the next evolution of Mythic Legions going forward, and I love it. And if you saw any of the Noble Bear or the Rising Suns reveals from the weekend, you will know that they are stepping up their game immensely. From soft goods, articulation, accessories, the amount of stuff that comes packed on the character, the amount of storytelling that they are doing with each character. It's almost like when they released the Monkey King Figura Obscura figure, they were saying this is the level of all figures moving forward. And I believe it. And if this Knight is any indication as to where we're going to be going in the future, man, the sky's the limit. And I can't wait to see what happens next. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Thanks for staying through this pretty lengthy review for me. I tried to keep them under 10 minutes, but there was just so much to go over with this guy. I just really couldn't. Thanks to everybody that I met at LegionsCon, all the different toy tubers that I got to meet and hang out with. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate your kindness and your welcomingness at the LegionsCon this year, and I'm definitely going back again next year for all of the surprises. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Please continue to check us out over on Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am the Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.